This is a list of customers who have complained to us regarding FedEx's shipments that were initiated between the 26th of June and most of which were not delivered until mid-July and sometimes even into August. At the very beginning of this clip, you'll see customers complaining even on the 12th of August. We'll get to a point where we sent out a group email with everyone's tracking number that was on our mailing list, and the emails that you will see coming back to us, and there are hundreds, are people replying that their tracking number states that their products are still with us rather than with FedEx, even though all of the FedEx pickups were made for those particular orders between the June 26th and perhaps July 1st. So you have tons and tons of customers who are complaining. Here we are in the end of July, people still complaining about FedEx not delivering the packages. As you scroll through here, you'll see all the complaints. Every once in a while we have somebody who's received their products and they're happy, but we're still in July 24th of last year. We stopped our shipping with FedEx because they overcharged us nearly 3 times the amount that they quoted us, and when we received the very first invoice, I phoned up FedEx and complained, asked them why it's 3 times higher than our quote, and our account manager said, "Oh, I don't understand why, I'll get onto this straight away." Thus agreeing that we were correct about the quote, he remembered the quote that he gave us per order, and this is when the chain of problems began with FedEx. I must say, luckily we have documented evidence and even a circled rate card with exactly what our rate for our package was. We never received a test shipment invoice. We were told the test shipment had gone all right, and everything was going forward based on what we were quoted in our rate card quote. So here are more and more FedEx complaints, FedEx tracking numbers. These are all customers writing into us due to them not receiving their orders, and we're still in July 9th. Now, FedEx is supposed to have given us a 48-hour service. It was an express service, and unfortunately these are taking people more than 2 weeks to get their orders, sometimes a month, sometimes 2 months. In fact, loads of them took 3 or 4 weeks to get delivered. And what has happened is FedEx has been storing all of our parcels that they picked up in their depot and then dispatching it as and when they felt like it seemed. So as you can see, the list goes on and on and on, and has created a huge explosion for our customer services department. Here we go, some more and some more. Now we're getting closer to the 2nd of July. These are the first complaints where people had received their tracking numbers and they still haven't received their order. And this is maybe 7 days after it's been shipped. Here we have 4 or 5 days after it's been shipped. For a 48-hour service, this is unacceptable. Here we go. These are the customers who replied to us when they received their tracking number from us. We sent them their tracking number as proof that their items had been dispatched and sent to FedEx. These were pickups between, let's say, the 26th of June to the 28th or 29th. You received an email, and these are customers responding to that email regarding their tracking number that obviously doesn't work or doesn't show that their tracked item is being moved from anywhere except for a Glasgow Bells Hill warehouse. These are more people complaining about the delay because FedEx was unable to pick up because they they decided that we needed to have some kind of a waiver, which wasn't part of our original discussions or contracts when we engaged with them. This was an out of the blue thing. So all of these customers that should have been shipped in mid-June weren't shipped until end of June, and then their parcels were held for weeks at a time in Glasgow FedEx depot warehouse.